So I was going through doing some research, and I came across something very interesting that some of you may find that it may have happened to you. But uh, were you ever stabbed in school with a lead pencil? Were you ever stabbed? And come to find out, when I was doing this research, and there's just one person asked that question. There was 2,250 responses. So I wasn't the only one who was ever stabbed. I was stabbed in the leg in like ninth grade, 10th grade, and I still got the mark. So if you've been ever stabbed with a lead pencil, comment below. Let me know that this happened to you. Join the group. Welcome to the family. Evidently, there's been a lot of people who have been stabbed with these pencils, and they still have markings in their legs today. Now, from that, so what's interesting about that, it raises a question: why is that mark still in your skin from that lead pencil? Well, why is that? Why is it still in there in your leg or your calf or in your hand? There's several people who said they have like a mark in their hand somewhere there. Some people were stabbed in the calves, in their legs, and their thighs. But we got to find out how many people were stabbed in the exact same spot. Was this back in the 70s and 80s? Was this a thing? Or the 90s? Was that a thing? Especially in the 80s. A lot of people are making comments. They're talking about how many years ago this had happened to them. And that's what we're coming across, that they were stabbed with a pencil in school. So it's either you was messing around with somebody and you shouldn't have been. You should have been leaving them alone. And they just sharpened a pencil. They're about to take a test, and you weren't the answer they were looking for. So you got the pointy end. You got the pointy end of the pencil there. They probably had to get back in line and sharpen their pencil again. Very interesting, huh? But so that also brings up to me, are lead pencils really made of lead? So, and the answer to that may surprise you, but the answer is no. When you was calling your pencil a lead pencil, you thought it was a granite pencil or whatever you thought it was in it. It's actually made of graphite. And so we have graphite pencils, and um, let me see here. What was this, about the 1500s, England? Another reason we call people were thinking that the lead was lead in the pencil. The lead is that when graphite was discovered in England during the 1500s, people thought that granite was a form of lead. Hmm. Chemistry was early in these days back then, so it evidently determined that there was no correspondence between the two, no correlation whatsoever between the two. So it was actually graphite. So we're going to be going around calling these things lead pencils, and it's been graphite all along. Okay, but much later in 1790, it was discovered that the hardness of the graphite pencil lead could be altered by mixing graphite with clay and firing it in a kiln. And that, my friends, is how the number two pencil came to be. So now we know. Very interesting. Back in 1790 is when they started making these number two pencils. So if you can find a number one pencil or a number three pencil, or have they stopped making pencils? The number two is the version that we're going with now. So what do you call the one that looks like a pen that has the graphite or lead in it, and you kind of hit it with your thumb, click, 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 and push it out? What number is that? Somebody let me know down in the comments what you think. What you think that number is? But anyway, that's the thing about it. If you've ever been stabbed with a pencil, let me know. Comment below, hit me up, send me an email, and make your comments, and I'll respond back. So um, that's all for now. Sometimes I find myself standing beside myself, asking myself, why? You see again, we're back in 2 and 2.